Hey everyone, welcome back. And today is September 11th, and it is the 17th anniversary of 9/11. And I just wanted to bring in my condolences and give some time to reflect upon the event that has changed America. We have, and the thing that became most poignant to me regarding 9/11 was that it was a time, it's like something tragic happened to us. Something very tragic happened to us. So many innocent people lost their lives. And it brought all of us together. It brought all of us. I mean, if you remember, if you were, alive and you were old enough to remember, you will remember like the flags, the patriotism, people standing in solidarity, including other countries standing in solidarity with us, because the World Trade Center really was a symbolism of our world trade, our world commerce, and it was attacked, and those towers did fall. And I remember waking up at that time thinking, what sort of surreal world are we living in? And it was very impactful, and it brought everybody together, and everybody work together. And I know in my family, all of them, anybody who served was very much like, I want to go back into service. I want to stop this. I want to protect my country, So the people came together, and I want that to be remembered. I mean, we remember the people, all of them. So let us remember them. So what I was trying to do is, when I was thinking about it and contemplating about it today, I was thinking, why did it took a tragedy to bring us all back together. And I don't believe it should take another tragedy to bring us back together again. We are in a time of political strife. We have a lot of tribalism going on, and really am hoping that we can find a way to come back together, and find a way to come back together without a tragedy being the catalyst to bring us back together, to bring us all as American citizens back together. Get the discourse out, get involved, and get involved with the political process. Don't demonize each other. Take care of each other. Help one another. Love one another. That's really what it's all about. So I just kind of wanted to see what the cards would like to speak to us about this event, and about the lessons we can learn. Boy, my cat's been on the table. The lessons we can learn, the messages that will come forward, anything to help us move forward in this time of political strife. This political stuff. We've got so many things happening. There's a lot of things going on in terms of books being released. We have hearings. Well, no more hearings. We're just waiting to figure out with the deal with Kavanaugh. And we have politics, and we have elections coming up. So there's a lot going on. But let's take the moment to reflect upon an event that altered our history. So let us see what it says and see what sort of message it gives us. So this is a general reading. I don't have a question, just asking for advice and for messages. All right. All right. The overarching theme here is they're asking us to celebrate the essence of who we are. Celebrate we are American citizens. We should be coming together. We should be honoring and observing. So honor and observe. And then this could also be not just the people, all the people that were involved, the first responders, because many of them lost their lives to. Not only just the people, the international people that were doing trade and commerce with us, celebrate them. Don't argue about it. Don't bicker about it. Let's come together. Let's celebrate. Celebrate and honor who we are as a nation, what brought us together. You shouldn't take another tragedy to bring us together. We need to come together now. Because remember, do you remember that feeling when it happened? Not after, the day after the shock, after the shock. I mean, we're still in shock, but the very next day you started seeing flags on everybody's houses. You started seeing cars drive with flags. I mean, you could feel the patriotism. The fighting ended because that was also political time, political elections too. That feeling has ended. It's like it was about camaraderie, coming together, supporting each other, standing in solidarity with each other. We need to come back to that and not having a tragedy do that for us. We need to do that ourselves. So that's what that is. So we have the King of Pentacles and stuff. So I would probably say that would be the leadership. In the past, we did look to the leadership. At that point in time, it was George W. Bush was our president at that moment in time. And really, in all honesty, when the tragedy happened, all eyes turned to the president to look for comfort, for guidance. And don't get me wrong, there was probably some blunders, but you know what? People still look to him. And he really, as much as there could have been policies and your beliefs of whatever you want about him, all eyes looked to the president for comfort. And he did give it by speaking. He went up there with Giuliani at that point in time when Giuliani was actually kind of respected. And they all spoke in solidarity and helped galvanize the nation and bring the nation together. So we all look to the president for some comfort. In times of tragedy, we look to him for comfort. So, and we currently, right now, are battle weary. So we as the American people have been battered by the wars, battered by, our politics. Our politics is battering us. But here's also this one. I mean, this is, you may be battle weary, but you're still protecting. So you're pushing it to the finish line. So we're trying to, despite what all the craziness that's happening, we're protecting, and things are moving along. We're not just freezing up and not doing anything. We're moving along. So we have persevered. We have came through. We pushed through, and we persevered. So, and this is saying that we can do that again. So this is a time that the challenge is the nostalgia. We're never going to go back to before 9/11. 9/11 occurred. It altered our history. Now we need to move forward. So, but, for those of us who are alive, who can remember when we didn't have to walk through x-ray machines or take off our shoes or do all this crazy stuff at an airport, I mean, those times are gone. So we just have to, this longing for the old days. But there also could be the longing for peace, The youth deserves a better world. So this is a longing for peace, the coming together. So when we're looking at that, we are longing for peace, ending the strife, ending the conflicts, giving everybody flowers, So the outcome is there's going to be a lot of action. So even despite this moment of this time of reflection, there's just going to be a lot of things going on. Things aren't going to slow down, not for this administration, not for Congress, not for any of us. I mean, life moves on. We're sitting here with the life moves on. But we need to remember and hold within our hearts of who we are as a people. Remind us and to celebrate who we are as a nation. So, okay. So we're going to have some new beginnings. This is this is true. I mean, at that time when the event occurred, a new energy burst forth. This is fire energy. Wands is fire energy. So we got very fired up and we went forward with the battalion and the baton, and we just went out after those who caused us harm, who caused us harm. So we definitely have the fighting spirit. As Americans, we have the fighting spirit. And at that point in time, we also had the majority of the world having our back in solidarity, because a lot of those countries lost people too in those towers. So, and yes, we have the tower moment. So it's trying to remember who we are while we're going through this huge tower moment within our politics. We have this, our foundations are rattled. And while we're going through this tower moment right now in our political system, because it is occurring, we're watching things just crumble left and right. We're watching, an inept Congress trying to do crazy things. We have a dysfunctional White House also trying to do crazy things. And we have, a judicial system trying to stand their grounds. And in all this chaos, we need to remember in solidarity who we are. We are Americans. We are all one. Don't let another tragedy be the catalyst to bring us together. Let's come together before that. Let's come together now. The tragedy, the tower is happening around us right now. We are in the America as a whole, on its political side, it's in complete turmoil. The whole foundations are crumbling. They're falling. We're witnessing a crazy time right now. And here we are as people trying to push along on our daily lives, move forward on our daily lives, we the people are keeping the economy running, not Wall Street, not nothing. We the people. So they can take all the credit they want up there, but it's really us the voters, us the United States citizens. We're the ones that's doing this. So there's the tower. The challenge will to begin to create, to learn. This is the student. This is the page. It's the learning. This is the youth. It's the learning from our past mistakes. Learn from our past mistakes so that we can go forward. Don't ignore the past. Learn from the past. Right? Let's move these down a little so we can see the cards beneath them. Learn. We need to learn from our past mistakes. And we are looking outwards. We've placed things in motions, and we're looking for we're waiting for all of that stuff we put out, all the energy we put out. We're waiting for the results from it. And you know what? And this could literally be that we're not the only ones observing this time. Okay, the world does observe it, especially if their country was affected by this event. We're not the only ones observing this day. People will remember, especially the family members, especially people who lost loved ones. They will be observing this day. So this is not just to the United States. It is around the world. People are observing, because it did change. It did alter a lot of things. So the hangman in the past, we were forced into a new perspective. So we all looked to the presidency, new energy burst forth. We made actions upon it, and we, like I said, everything changed. We were forced to see things through a new perspective. And this could very well be, when we're talking about learning from mistake in the past, this could be very important to us by slowing down, go into suspension, and think and contemplate and look at things from a new lens. We need to remember to come together as a nation. Come together. Don't let us come together now. Come together in solidarity now. All of us together as we move forward through this new election cycle. So the working together. So yes, so we have a tower moment going on. We got people conspiring, working together, but we also have people working together. So we got a dual thing going on in here. This could be very much dark money, people working behind the scenes, doing dark deals that are everywhere. But we also have people working together. The average person, we work together, we come together. So you have the 2 3s, right? Celebrate together. Work together. That's a pretty strong message. Celebrate together, work together. We are one. Okay? The challenge is not, I know what this challenge is. Heartbreak is always, it's a funny thing. It's like we all will experience heartbreak, and we all did experience heartbreak. Boy, this was heartbreaking for everybody. I mean, such a senseless act caused so much strife and massive changes. But through heartbreak, all the experiences we've already had that from a heartbreak, have we grown from it? Have we grew in wisdom from it? So what have we learned? That's what we need to do. That's the challenge. Growing from the heartbreak, learning, because it's right underneath the learning card. So I would say, what is the wisdom coming from it? This is the heartbreak. This is the heartbreak that occurred. But what have we learned from it other than entrenching ourselves? We need to remember we're all one people. We're all United States citizens. And we're all citizens of the world. Because people from around the world was also affected by this event. The sword of truth. The sword of truth. Now, this isn't really a political reading. This is more about the general people coming together, right? The sword of truth would be a person who already has all of their experiences, they have all their thoughts in a line, and they are very just, very just. They aren't going to be swayed. They're very, these are people in times of stress. These are the types of people we look to. We look to these people to help us in the times of truth. I mean, we could also be looking towards a personality of a King of Cups when you're looking for emotional support and the emotional. But this guy is like, we need the truth. They're very straightforward. They're blunt. They give us the information we need and stuff like that. So in the future, we're looking towards, and it could be that there's going to be a guy who's going to come out and speak about this, and they do bring comfort, but they're very no nonsense. They're straight to the point. It's not a lot of flubbery. It's not a lot of and not a lot of distortions and misdirections. They're going to get straight to the point. This is the time, the truth. So, and then we have a sword. So to keep fighting for what we believe in. Right? The sword is about thoughts. The sword of truth goes in, and obviously it galvanizes people to keep fighting for who we are. To keep fighting for who we are. Do not let those people, the event, tear us down. Do not, because that event brought us together. We need to fight for that. We need to fight for who we are. We need to work together. Right? Fight, work together. Even though we're going through a tower moment right now, we are strong. So we're strong. Do not forget. Do not forget the event. Do not forget. And remember who we are. And remember how we came together. Let us come back together. Let's come back together. Let's work back together. Let's celebrate who we are together. And let's fight for what we believe in. We need to fight to bring the changes we want to see within our country. that means you have to vote. So I know I'm going to harp on it. I'm going to be silly, but I hope you enjoyed. Until next time. Thanks. Bye.